Hi everybody, my name is Jessie and I do perfume reviews in ASMR format. So if you like perfume and also if you enjoy ASMR, you are in a good place for our video today. Alright, so today I am reviewing, this is White Tea and this is by Elizabeth Arden. So I've had this fragrance for a while, getting close to a year and a half. I guess that's not very long, but honestly I only really started a fragrance collection just in the last couple of years. But yeah, this is one of the ones that I knew I wanted to get early on. I think I'd smelled a sample of it, or maybe I smelled it in stores, and I really liked it. So obviously it's called White Tea, so we know that it's going to have a white tea sort of smell, a white tea note. Elizabeth Arden also has a green tea fragrance with a bunch of flankers, so that one's also popular. I do prefer the white tea personally. The green tea is a little more green, citrusy, fresh. This is also fresh, but I find it a little bit more, I don't even know. I just like it a little bit more. There's also, so this one is the White Tea Eau de Toilette. There's also a White Tea Eau de Parfum. That bottle is white all the way down, and I think it has like maybe gold writing on it, but anyway, it smells pretty similar from what I recall when I smelled it at the department store. But yeah, they do have an eau de parfum. So anyway, let's go ahead and spray this and I'll give you my thoughts on it. I have talked about this in lots of collection videos that I filmed, but I realized I hadn't actually done just a standalone review on it. So that'll be fun. As always, I tried to dress on theme. So today I've got a white and green shirt. It's a white tea, obviously, but I feel like the fragrance definitely has some green and aromatic type nuances to it. And then I've got these white earrings as well. So that is the look for today's video. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and give this fragrance a spray. We've got a little Valentine's angel. Alright. Okay, so I'm just going to give this a moment to dry down. Okay, so just upon first impression, yeah, it's definitely fresh, kind of green, earthy. You definitely get a tea note. It's really pleasant. It's very pleasant. I don't know why somebody wouldn't like this scent, but I'm sure that there are people who wouldn't, but I really like it. And it's just very natural, fresh. It's this is marketed for women, but it's kind of unisex, you know? It's not like super floral or sweet or anything. It's just like fresh, natural, kind of earthy green, herbal type of vibe. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read the main accords that we have listed on fragrantica.com. So first we have aromatic, green, marine, iris, woody, fresh, spicy, fresh, powdery, earthy, and citrus. So I'm definitely getting the kind of fresh aromatic green main accords, and I think what I was trying to say earlier is that this fragrance is a little bit more powdery. There is an iris note, which we'll get to in a moment, but it's a little bit more powdery soft than the Elizabeth Arden green tea. That one's more fresh, citrusy green. So I do prefer this one, just with everything else that it's got going on. There's also the Marine Accord. This does have, I think it's like a sea notes in it. So it's subtle, but it's got a little touch of that sea breeze quality to it. But it's really not so much like a marine fragrance overall. It's just got a little touch of that. Okay, so next, let's go ahead and look at the notes together, and I will let you know what I'm smelling. Okay, so we have actually 4 top notes, so there's quite a few notes in this fragrance overall. So the top notes that we have are sea notes, fern, clary sage, and mandarin orange. So yeah, we've got some marine, some herbal, some green, and some citrus. I am definitely smelling a touch of that sea notes, just a touch of something kind of marine. I feel like I'm probably getting a touch of sage as well. And I don't know, it's honestly hard to say. I know I'm getting the tea note, but it's kind of hard to say what all else I'm getting. I feel like I'm getting something kind of fresh citrusy, so I guess I could say I'm getting the mandarin orange. It would make more sense to me if it was almost like a lemon or a bergamot, but because this doesn't come through as sweet at all, but... And then the fern, I'm going to assume just gives like a greenness, so I'm not sure. But I think what I can pick out most of any of that is the sea notes, but again, it's not like a super marine type scent. Okay, and then next for our middle notes, we've got 3 middle notes, and they are white tea, white iris, and mate. And mate is also a tea. I think that refers to yerba mate, which is a green herbal tea. So yeah, I'm definitely getting those notes for sure. I'm getting a lot of white tea. That's definitely the main note I would say I'm getting. And I feel like I'm also getting the mate. I have drank yerba mate in my life, not for a while, so I really am familiar with what mate smells like. It's kind of an herbal, earthy, it's kind of a tea-like smell, because it is a tea. And then the white iris, I feel like I'm kind of getting that. It's, you know, like this powdery, kind of earthy, somewhat rooty type smell. So I feel like I'm getting a touch of that. Yeah, so those middle notes are definitely coming through for me. And then lastly, for our base notes, we've got 4 base notes, and they are exotic woods, ambrette, also known as musk mallow, tonka bean, and amber. So, let me see. I feel like I might be getting some musk. Maybe something a little woody. As for the tonka bean and amber, obviously it's there, but I think it's pretty subtle. Like overall, this is more of a freshy. So yeah, I'm not getting any like real strong amber or tonka bean. Nothing that comes through vanillic. Even though some of these notes could have some sweet nuances to them, like the mandarin orange or the tonka bean, it's not really a sweet. It's not coming through as sweet to me. So to recap, what I am mostly getting from this fragrance is the white tea, the mate, the iris note, the sea notes, and then maybe a touch of like sage, fern, and ambrette. So that's mostly what I'm getting. I'll go ahead and show you the votes, what other users are saying they smell most. So other people say, oh, I gotta log in to Fragrantica. Let's see. Okay, now I gotta pull up the fragrance again. Alrighty, so other people say that they are mostly smelling, oh, the white tea, followed by the sea notes, followed by white iris, fern, mate, the exotic woods, ambrette, sage, and then the mandarin orange, tonka bean, and lastly amber. So that's pretty close to what I would say. Yeah, not too far off. It is kind of hard to distinguish what is coming from the white tea versus what is coming from the mate, because they're not too far off in my mind what they smell like. But yeah, so you're definitely getting, you're getting tea, and it's coming through in a fresh way, a little bit powdery, nice mix of like fresh and invigorating, but also kind of cozy, calming. Like this to me is it's a very tranquil, zen, peaceful sort of vibe. So I really like it. I don't have any other Elizabeth Arden fragrances. Yeah, and I'm honestly really not even familiar with there's no other ones that come to mind. I have smelled the green tea, Elizabeth Arden green tea, and I did a review on that on my channel, but there's none others that are really coming to mind. So yeah, let me know if you love any other ones in particular. Okay, and then let's go ahead and finish up this review, which is some other information that I'm pulling from Fragrantica. So this fragrance has a rating of 3.96 out of 5 with 2,900 votes. So that's a pretty good rating. Tells me that people tend to like it. And it was launched in 2017. So that's interesting. I honestly thought this had been around longer, because I know that the green tea I think has been around for quite a bit longer. But that's interesting. And I think that the Eau de Parfum version of this was launched pretty recently, like maybe in the last couple of years. Some other information. People are saying that the longevity on this is kind of right in the middle, and that the sillage is more intimate. I think it is a bit more of a subtle fragrance. It's not super bold, but you definitely can smell it. It's not a skin scent. It's been a while since I've worn it, so I'm having a hard time remembering my take on the longevity. For gender, people are saying this is feminine leaning but somewhat unisex. I agree. There's nothing super femmy about it, but I do think it speaks a little bit more to a feminine profile. Price value, people are saying pretty good price value. And side note, this is being compared to Bulgari's Eau de Blanc, which basically that means white tea. in French. So yeah, Bulgari has an eau thé vert, which is their green tea, eau thé blanc, white tea, and then also an eau thé bleu, which is their blue tea, if there's such a thing as blue tea. But I did a review on that one actually. That again, that's by Bulgari, different brand, but I did a review on that one. This is also being compared to Angel Schlesinger Femme, something interesting, I don't know. But yeah. Okay, lastly, let's finish up by just reading some reviews from other users on Fragrantica. So somebody says, rich, sophisticated, clean, and put together. I can smell a bit of the tea/herbalness mixed with calm woods. Not the kind of fragrance I reach for, but it's very nice. I give it to my mom and she wears it daily. I think, yeah, sophisticated is a nice word for this. Sophisticated, put together. I feel like this could definitely work as an office scent. I don't think it's very off-putting. It's not too strong. Comes across as fairly professional. So, yeah. Okay, somebody who does not like this says, this is not for me. As much as I wanted to like this, it's too astringent and soapy for me in a sterilized way. I'm decluttering my bottle because the only way I could think to sorry, I'm struggling with reading today. The only way I could think to get through it was to cover it with other scents, but that just makes my other scents smell soured. The body cream of this line is great too if you want this smell without such a harsh soapy effect. Oh my gosh, that reminds me, I do have the body cream. I will go ahead and show that to you. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the body cream. I was gifted these in a set for Christmas 2022 from my mother-in-law. So yeah, this is a lot of body cream. Let me show you what it looks like. It's very, very thick and luxurious, like you can just turn it upside down. But yeah, it's really nice. It does have a slightly more like lotiony smell to it. It's very, yeah, very creamy. Makes it seem even creamier and like softer. My husband and I gave each other massages and we used this and it smelled very, very good. So that's the body cream. Okay, let me find one or two other reviews. Somebody says, I loved this from the first spray. The aquatic notes are sweet and the tea is floral, great for every day. Now I want to try the flankers. I definitely will wear this again. That's funny. I was almost going to say that even though there's no floral notes in this, I don't think, it almost has a touch of something floral. Well, it has the iris, but I feel like that's really more of like a root note, like iris root. So I don't know. I feel like in my mind it would make sense if there was like a white rose note in this or something like that. But yeah. Somebody else says, a very easygoing, white, fresh, and intimate perfume that sits close to the skin. I didn't think I'd like it. It's super calming and a safe blind buy. The name makes a great description of the smell. Only thing I don't like is the longevity. It lasts only about an hour before I can't smell it anymore. So yeah, I mean, everybody has a different sense of longevity. I smell things so much more strongly ever since being pregnant, so that just goes to show that it's pretty subjective. So it's kind of hard for me at this point to to talk about longevity when my nose is so sensitive, but some things are obviously stronger than others. Okay, everybody, so that is my review of Elizabeth Arden's white white tea. This is the eau de toilette version. I hope you all enjoyed the review, and I will catch you all again soon. I'm sending you peace, love, harmony, and beauty. You all take care. Bye.